Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Starfield, where last time we made our way here, to the well, and immediately I like what I see down here. Trade Authority, me and these guys, we can do some illegal business. And on top of that, there are some really useful stores here, so Apex Electronics, right here next to the Trade Authority. If I need, yes, various manufactured components that I can't make for myself, this is where we get them. This is a good store.
Don't mind me. Just a weary man, resting his feet.
Okay. Can't help but be immediately suspicious of, yes, the guy who is very pointedly saying, please don't pay attention to me, inside the electronics store.
Oh, Henrik is an old friend of mine. I help out around here from time to time. But I don't just loiter around. I'm involved in my own business endeavor as well.
Oh, now this is what we flippin' want. Right, seedy illegal black market business I can make a lot of money in. Okay, tell me more, buddy, I'm on board.
Unfortunately, I'm quite old-fashioned. I only deal with associates that I know and trust. But if you do a small favor for me, I might feel comfortable opening my business up to you. All you need to do is pick up a package from Red Mile and deliver it to me. You don't even need to interact with anyone.
Okay, this seems, yes, a bit on the shady side, and, I mean, I know he's not going to tell me, but I'm just going to be dumb enough to ask anyway. What's in the package, buddy?
The contents are of no interest to you, and they're not contraband if that's what you're wondering. If you're uncomfortable doing this favor, you're free to decline.
I mean, honestly, this sounds less illegal than what I do on a regular basis, so screw it. Though, admittedly, I'm not 100% sure what the Red Mile is. Okay, by the looks of it, yes, that's up the elevator or whatnot, so, right, we'll get to that in a second, because while I'm in this bit of the world, yes, this here is one of the churches in this game, and, okay, to date, we've only heard much about one particular religion, and that religion worships a giant snake that wants to consume the stars or something, so, okay, basically, yes, apparently when we went into space, religion went a bit off the rails. Although I will admit, so far this isn't looking, you know, too much like a giant evil snake cult that wants to eat the stars. Instead, yeah, a whole bunch of chairs arranged in a circle, free coffee, etc., and the fighting may have ended, but many hearts are still waging war. Our colony war support groups are free and confidential. Okay, and lay off the booze. Well, we know from Mars, yes, alcohol abuse is definitely a bit of a problem, though. Okay, can't help but notice, your support group appears to be taking place in, yes, like, a flooded basement with a locked door and, oh, not sure how suspicious to be of the locked door in the flooded basement that leads into a room I'm not allowed access to. Right, let's go check in with, yes, whatever the name of the person who's running this place is.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot of people in need.
Okay, that's a good start. Possibly, yes, the reason this church is here is because simply the well is where charitable work needs doing. So, okay, give me the pitch, buddy. What's going on inside your church?
We started as an intellectual movement built around atheism. As our numbers increased, we began focusing on humanitarian efforts and showing what humanity can achieve when we work together.
Okay, so, yes, like, barely even a religion at all, to be honest. Like, less of a church, more of like a secular humanitarian society where you just happen to share certain moral principles. Though, yeah, fair point. If you're going to be, you know, helping out a bunch of people in here, who's paying for all of it?
We don't exactly pass around an offering plate, if that's what you're asking. But we do run mostly on donations. And as you might have guessed from the surroundings, we try and stretch those donations as far as we can.
I can see that, though if I were in your position, I would definitely stretch to getting in a plumber. But yes, here's the more important thing. What precisely are you going to get a volunteer to do, buddy?
People with mutual interests seek each other out, and by working together, we achieve something greater than ourselves. As for the job, I need you to pick up a man named Tahir over at the medbay. He's recovering from some injuries and needs assistance getting back to his apartment. I'd like you to pick him up, grab a bite to eat, and take him home.
Okay, that seems fairly harmless, though, yes, when we say walk home, how much assistance is he going to need with that, given you were just saying medbay?
Even after you're healed, it takes time to recover from something like this. Most people have family and friends to lean on, but Tahir has no one. On top of that, he's a young and prideful man, so he won't accept help from UC security.
And yes, indeed. The UC, we're literally in New Atlantis. What's the deal with him and them?
That's a touchy subject. Tahir's had several run-ins with UC security, including tagging, theft, and brawls. He also blames the UC for the conditions in the well, not to mention his own personal difficulties. And since he won't accept help from the authorities, the house is stepping in to provide some aid.
Okay, so potentially yes, there's a whole bunch of people living inside UC space who actually don't like the UC that much. By the sounds of it, you know, they're queuing up to get out to list colonies or jumping ship to join various raider groups or the Freestar Collective, but a whole bunch of people are trapped here. Honestly, the more we hear about the UC, it does sound like, you know, a lot of people do not like living under UC rule. So, okay buddy, no trouble, I'll get it done.
Great, you'll find him over at the medbay. He's probably hungry, so after you pick him up, escort him over to Kay's. She should have a meal ready for him to take home. And thanks.
Okay, now this is... Bloody hell, he just gave me 2.5 grand. I mean, you could have just given the 2.5 grand to Tahir. I feel like possibly he needs it more than me, but sure, why not? Rich bloody church. Oh dear, the mission he's just given me, as nice as it sounds, just, you know, go and grab a guy, buy him a meal, etc. It's called the kindness of strangers. As in one of the final lines from a streetcar named Desire, I've always depended on the kindness of strangers, but yes, like, you know, in that context, the kindness of strangers was the main character being dragged away to a mental institution, having been lied to, manipulated, and abused by other characters, and mistaking her treatment for them being kind. So, yes, this might be about to go some dark places. Oh dear. He appears to already potentially be arguing with the UC security.
Alright, Vala. You coming or not? This is the last time I am going to offer.
I don't need your help. I can walk home on my own.
Suit yourself. But if you get lost or end up in a cell, don't blame me. I tried to help. Not your ship that landed not too long ago? It sure is something.
So okay, like we were told, he is not willing to accept help from the UC, but what precisely, buddy, is, yes, preventing you from just walking home by yourself?
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know where the soccer nets are? My apartment's in the same area. I got a bad case of the brain fog, and I can't seem to remember which way to go.
Oh. Okay, so he's physically well. Yeah, it's upstairs the problem is. Gotcha. Okay, buddy. I am going to take good care of you. Alright, we're going to do all of this nice and proper.
Really? Is this some sort of scam? I'll have you know, I got no creds.
Okay, so I'm guessing that yes, he doesn't really remember much. Not just places, but also people. That's presumably why he doesn't trust anybody, so... Okay, buddy. Why precisely were you in the med bay? If you're willing to speak to me, like I would not be surprised if he wasn't willing to open up at all.
I've got some chronic health problems. Aches, pains, you name it, I got it. Most days I can deal with it, but sometimes my body doesn't respond at all, and I end up in the med bay. They put me on some pretty hard meds, and it takes a while for the fog to clear. The doc said to give it a few hours, but I'd rather not stick around this dump any longer than I have to.
Or maybe not. Possibly yes. The problem is chronic pain, but the only way to deal with it is painkillers so strong, they leave him confused, so... Right, so just like on Mars, a bit of a dark one here. Okay, buddy, how about we get you some nice foods?
Not yet. I'm actually starving, but I think I have some canned goods at home.
Oh no, no. We can do better than that, and if I mention Andy Singh to you, how are you going to feel about charity from the church?
Andy Singh. Well, if I'm gonna owe anyone, I'd rather it be the house than the UC. Alright, you win. Seeing as I got no one else, might as well roll the dice with a stranger. So, go on, lead the way.
Alright, so he did say, yes, K's, which is right over here back towards the entrance. So, you buddy, with me. There we go, he seems to be capable of keeping up at speed. So okay, Kay, lovely to meet you. Andy Singh said yes, you had a special meal prepared that we could give to our friend Tahir.
I've got it right here. Is this for you, Tahir?
Well, I don't have any credits, so...
And yes, it is for Tahir, so, right. As I suspected, it is indeed possible to take advantage of this situation, so we're not going to do that, okay? Because that would be monstrous. We're going to be nice. The meal's for Tahir, we're getting him home, and we're not robbing him.
Then you're good. I already talked to Andy, and this one's on the house.
Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome, kid. It's just good to see you alive and well. You know, there was a time when you'd be in here every night.
Things change, Kay.
I know. Believe me, I know. And I get it's hard to come out here, but just... don't be a stranger, okay?
I'm sorry, I'll try not to.
Good. I'm glad we got that sorted. Here's the soup. Be careful, it's a little hot.
Ooh, miso soup, I love miso soup. Right, so he did say by the sockenets, that's yes, round to the back and over to the left. I remember that from when we did our loop. So, okay, any chance now you're more willing to open up a bit to here? Here we go, so, yes indeed. Let's talk about, you know, the UC, your health, etc, etc.
It's been about 2 years now, but don't get me wrong, I'm not fishing for a pity party. Everybody down here has problems. Some bigger than others.
Okay, he doesn't want to go into detail, fair enough, that's understandable. So, I'm guessing, given, yes, Kay was just saying you barely seem to leave your apartment, you don't see her very much anymore, I'm guessing you can't work reliably.
In the past, I could deal with it, but the pain just gets worse every year. So, I can't do any jobs that require a lot of standing, which is pretty much most jobs down here. But what can I do? If complaining fixed anything, the well wouldn't be what it is.
You know, I'm starting to wonder whether I could have this guy's crew. Like, you know, his heart seems to be in the right place. He just can't stand up. Well, there's plenty of jobs on my ship that would just involve sitting at a station, staying on the ship while I went out on adventures. Okay, if that's an option at the end of this, we are having this guy on crew. So here we go, sockernet's right here.
Ah, here we are. Home sweet home.
And bloody hell, do not be this rude to poor Tahir, okay? It's a lovely place. I hope you enjoy living here.
At the end of the day, home is home, even if it's a bad one. But, thanks for the help. I probably would have found it on my own, but it would have been a chore.
So okay, make sure he doesn't forget the soup.
Oh, right, the soup from Kay's. Man, it's been a long time since I had a warm meal.
So okay, you could literally have just, you know, not given him the soup given he's already forgotten about it. So, yes indeed, you and Kay seem to have fond memories of each other.
You might say that. Before I got hurt, I used to stop by Kay's every night for a soup and a sandwich. It didn't matter how bad my day was, or how empty my pockets were. As long as I had my food and my beer, I'd be good. All that weight would just wash away. And to be honest, I haven't felt that feeling in ages. Until now. So, you doing this for me, it means a lot. Thanks.
Okay, I really enjoy the tiny missions in Starfield, just... The writing feels a big step up from previous Bethesda games. Like, that's what's carrying these tiny missions for me, and why I'm loving them so much. Tahir, you're a star. I hope you really enjoy your soup. So there we go, 150 XP, and off he flipping goes. Okay, that's one good deed done. Let's get back to crime, because yes, there's definitely some very untoward black market business going on with the mysterious guy in the electronics shop. So, let's go find the Red Mile. Oh, sorry, when you say go and pick up a package for me, you mean from the Parima system, 3 jumps away in level 30 space? I generally thought he meant from, like, you know, round the corner or whatnot. Okay, so we will get back to that later.
It takes a strong mind and a good eye to sell art.
Hang on a minute, did I just hear something about art dealing?
If you're in the market for artwork, I'm sure I can find something to suit your needs.
Oh, Samson, me and you, we're about to become friends.
Dealing in art is, more exciting than one would think.
Oh no, I think that sounds very exciting. Sign me up, what do you need doing?
Indeed, I am. I've been an art dealer for most of my life, plying my trade all across the settled systems. It's actually why I'm here in New Atlantis today. I'll be delivering a piece of art to a very particular client later. However, I don't yet have the art in my possession. Actually, would you like to pick up the artwork and bring it back to me? I'll reward you for your effort, of course.
Oh, abso-flipping-lutely, and, yes indeed, buddy. Is there a reason, like, you know, you're not willing to do this? Is your art, like, you know, super illegal or something?
I'm not very familiar with the streets of New Atlantis. I'm not from here, you see. I'd rather just avoid any trouble and have someone more capable do the exchange for me.
Okay, fair enough, I'll do it, Samson. Why not?
You'll be picking up the art from Zoe Kaminsky at the Trade Authority. Tell her you're there for Samson Jabrel's art. She'll understand. Return the artwork to me, and you will be compensated.
So, okay. The fact you've had this shipped to via Trade Authority makes me think something dodgy is going on here.
I grew up in Neon, and I knew I had to get out of that place somehow. I did a few odd jobs, some deliveries, and it eventually led me onto this path I'm on now. I never thought I'd do what I do, but I suppose life can be surprising.
Oh yeah, slightly suspicious deliveries on Neon leading into art trade. This is money laundering. Oh yes, and that does remind me. You, Louisa, we were supposed to be helping you with the Trade Authority, though, yes. Before we do that, let's get our business done, just in case I'm about to start making enemies by, you know, backing the person who might be about to cause some trouble for them. So okay, Zoe, I'm here for some art Samson sent me.
Yes, I've been expecting you. Here's your package. And don't worry, I've already corrected the ownership record for you.
Oh yes, that was most definitely, you know what, maybe not laundering, instead, stolen. Okay, now we've got the art, yes. Louisa, while I'm literally here, let's help out with this nonsense.
So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly?
No trouble at all. I've already got a nice suit on. I'll down a cocktail before we go in. We are gonna be golden, Louisa. And yes, what specifically are you worried about?
I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things.
Okay, maybe, you know, Zoe's not dangerous, she's just very savvy.
Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
Alright, gonna be fine. Just give me a second to, you know, get my buzz on. This is why we carry wine with me at all times.
A visit from Mast. How delightful. You'll have to remind me of your name, dear. I'm afraid I can't keep track of all you little worker drones.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's a bit concerning, actually. Let's just check in with Louisa, because I'm starting to get suspicious here.
Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what.
Don't worry. Whatever happens, we're prepared to handle the situation.
I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay?
No, seriously, I don't. Like, you know, I want to do business with the Trade Authority. In fact, I'm starting to regret doing this, so... Okay, do not worry. It's gonna be fine.
Okay, you're probably right. Just need to breathe.
Alright, now we just wait for Zoe to come back.
Well, Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so... I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box? The sooner you find the source of all this, the sooner it can be over.
I am deeply suspicious you're about to be disappeared. Oh yeah, this is way up top, so okay. Get myself straight underneath these things. Then go over to my power boost pack. That means, yes, you gain a lot of height very quickly. So just get up to here and... okay, you may or may not be able to actually, yes, grab that from inside the little break right there. I may need to, yes, be on the outside over here. Hang on. How do I get up to the top full stop? Let's just, you know, try this one more time. No, I think I can't necessarily grab on there. I mean, bare minimum, this here feels like a good starting point. Just, you know, work my way up the various bits of, yeah, architecture in this bit of the world. So, yeah, get to here. Now I'm, yeah, fairly high up as a starting point. There's definitely some stuff I can grab onto over here. So just zoom on up and... okay, we've made our way to the top. This probably was not how you were supposed to do it, especially as, okay, there's a door right here. Whatever this is how you were supposed to do it. But screw it, I just made my way over with a jetpack, and that's absolutely fine. So, okay, crack you open.
Okay, you're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay?
Alright, I've now got, yes, 2 separate distinct objectives, and, right. I do not trust Zoe insofar as that she may be attempting to misdirect me and change the blame. Louisa is literally the electrician. We're following her instructions.
And that was indeed the correct junction box. See that, Zoe?
Yes, fine. Let's move on.
Okay, just making sure you saw it. So, now things get interesting. I can't find the next spot on any of my current diagrams.
And I can begrudgingly confirm that she's reading them correctly. We've reached the conclusion that it must be somewhere on the surface, outside the well. Miss Reyes has suggested that this means it's somehow no longer her responsibility. I frankly don't care. I want to find this person.
And here's where I begrudgingly agree with Zoe. It's not technically my problem at this point, but I want to see where this trail leads. If you head topside, I'll pull the diagrams we'll need and contact you.
Okay, so we're leaving the well for now. Oh, and as we're going to the spaceport anyway, that does remind me.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs, but I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
I really hope it's my mum and or dad, and they're engaged in some very major electronic crime at the moment. That would be great, but yes indeed. The police chappie, Yumi, someone mentioned to me down in the well, he's got another job for me, and last time I did work for him, it paid bloody well.
Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps.
Okay, that sounds fun, but yes indeed, why would he leave without IDing the assailants?
Men like him aren't very generous with their time. They want you to solve a case without ever having to lift a finger themselves. Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was still half drunk when he got here, and somehow even more so when he left. Sorry, wrong word. Rich people don't get drunk, they get inebriated. Which is another way of saying highly unreliable.
Okay, I suspect yes, we'll understand more when we run into the chappie. Oh, and perfect timing, the Dawn's Roost is literally in residential, precisely where we're going already. So okay, 2 birds, 1 stone. So here we go, Pioneer Tower, so, oh, this is literally where my parents live. Beautiful, so okay. We're gonna solve this crime, because otherwise crime is going on in my parents' apartment building. And that is unacceptable to me, so, okay buddy, tell me what you saw.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats.
Okay, this was not just a pub brawl, these are 2 old, dining buddies, who suddenly decided to start punching each other and stealing each other's stuff. Fascinating, so, okay. Tell me about, yes, the 2 chappies. Let's get the situation on the ground first.
Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the 2 had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt.
So okay, possibly yes, the people we're looking for, they were in a relationship of some capacity.
Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered.
Okay, so yes, the stolen wedding ring.
I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly.
Fair enough. Any chance you can point me towards, yes, either person?
I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC Security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
So okay, by the sounds of it, yes, Hugo stole the ring off Octavio, but from what we were just hearing a second ago, they'd possibly been, yes, in some form of relationship for a very long time. Oh, and I will give you the view from your outside balcony. You know, down to the lake and the spaceport, watching the ships come and go, together with, oh, that's pretty bloody nice, actually. Okay, buddy. Now, why precisely did you beat up your boyfriend and then steal his favourite ring?
Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that...
So, okay, yes, indeed, a dirty, rotten scoundrel by the sounds of it.
Thank you. He's a scoundrel and a fiend, and I was wrong to ever think otherwise. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter.
Oh, right. So the chappie we were just speaking to, hopefully this is just a misunderstanding.
It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last, before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off!
Okay, what about the ring? Like, okay, I can understand how you might react that way, but why steal a ring unless... Oh, was that like your engagement ring or something?
He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return.
Okay, so before we make a decision, I'm gonna go and yes, speak to the waiter, see if we can catch Octavio. Bare minimum a yes, we've got to figure out what that number is and where it came from. Okay, the waiter's not saying anything, and I've had a good look-see round here, and I can't find anything that... Well, never mind. I found a bloody new recipe. Well, that's just bloody nice. But yes, I can't find anything else that looks like, you know, maybe evidence. That particular napkin that he was mentioning. So, okay. We're going to have to decide how we want to deal with Hugo before we do anything else. Okay, I take it back. There is a note on one table that reads, roses are red, violets are blue, New Atlantis is special, and so are you. But, like, there's no number on it, so I'm not sure this is the note that was just mentioned. Okay, I'm gonna say, for the time being, yes. Like, you gave him the ring, you can't just unilaterally take it back. You've got to, like, agree that with him, not punch him.
I don't care. I'm not giving it to you.
Okay, so... Right, nice easy checks, I'm wearing a good jacket. What you're doing is, you know, technically a crime, buddy.
True, I don't want to go to prison. I've heard stories and they rarely end well. Ugh, fine! I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here.
Okay, well that was surprising news. I didn't even finish the speech challenge. And while I'm in this district, okay, we've got to find ourselves, that looks like what we're looking for, one lovely box.
Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections.
Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
Okay, so hang on, this building is... Right, Athena, where I literally just was, so let's mosey on up to the upper floors. I just came up here, actually, just to see if, yes, I could search the lovely Hugo Chappie's apartment, but I wasn't allowed him previously. On this occasion, right, the door's now available to be lockpicked. Marvellous. So, okay, one apartment here, very similar to my parents', actually. Ooh, but way more computer equipment. Okay, I suspect, yes, someone was not treating this apartment as a residential lodging, so grab this. So, program status, current slicing, target slicing. Oh, someone was stealing a bit of power to run some complicated machinery that was stealing a tiny bit of money. Just, you know, the slightest bit per transaction, but it all added up a bit. Okay, so we've got the evidence on my Pip-Boy. Now it's just a question of, yes, who do we take it to? I like Louisa, but Zoe did promise me money. And I like money too. The question is, do I like Louisa more than I like money? Oh, before I deal with the police more though, yes, I should probably, you know, hand over the stolen artwork. Because, you know, it is possibly stolen, possibly contraband. Who bloody knows? I should definitely not be carrying it anyway.
Shh! Are you crazy? Keep your damn voice down.
Okay, so this is most definitely, yes, like, you know, not art. Or like, maybe it is art, but maybe it's stolen. Maybe it's just a briefcase full of drugs.
It's all part of the game, my friend. It pays to get your hands a little bit dirty. It pays very, very well. But I digress. Thank you for your discretion. Now that our little transaction is complete, I should be on my way. Take care, and let's not talk about this again.
Okay, so that was really not that much money, buddy. Okay, back to you, mate. We've still got to sort out the ring.
Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back?
I did indeed, so... Oh my goodness, I could just keep the ring. Okay, just out of interest, how valuable is the ring? Okay, 655, but when I actually try and sell that, it's going to be like, 100 or less. I'm willing to take, the faction reputation with the UC or whatever.
I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Here, take this. It's well deserved.
How can this possibly pay double what illegal art laundering does? Oh, this is where this is gonna get tricky. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I was probably emotionally ready to, betray Louisa and hand everything over to Zoe. But I can't do it in front of Louisa, so she knows I did it. If they're both standing there, it's got to be Louisa, out of pure social embarrassment. I would love to take your money, I am on your side, I am so sorry, but I can't betray Louisa in front of her.
I'm not stupid. I know Zoe probably made you an offer. I appreciate that you didn't take it, and I'm really glad we got to work together on this.
You know what? That's still 2.5 grand, that's still pretty bloody good.
So, looks like maybe someone thought they could hack into Galabank's system. In fact, looks like maybe they did. Still want to claim you had nothing to do with this, Zoe?
My dear, why in the world would I want to break the law? And Galbank, no less. I do quite enough business with them as it is.
All right. Well, I'll have some people look over this. Maybe they'll be in touch.
I very much doubt that.
You know what? This has all worked out pretty well for me anyway. I now have 13 grand, which has got to be enough to, at least do something when it comes to my new ship. And to be honest, first things first, a couple of things I need to do with my ship are in fact, yes, completely free. Apparently, yes, right now her name is the UC Navy A Cargo, which is most definitely not a very good name. And in truth, I'm not desperately thrilled with the colour either. Oh yeah, now we're starting to get somewhere. And honestly, now I actually look at the numbers, I think I've actually been really lucky with this random ship I just found on a planet. The engines seem to be really rather bloody solid. So yes, it's not so much I want to upgrade what I've got, as yes, actually, give myself a tiny bit more space to work with, and in particular, I'd like some workbenches on board this ship. Okay, so I may have slightly knackered the mobility and added a lot of mass on, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of out of money here, so we're lacking in options in many ways. But, there are a lot of positives here too. Ooh, and better, the corpses are gone. I'm not sure who, cleaned them up or whatever, but, someone, at some point, got rid of the corpses, so, okay. Same old ship as before. I love the cockpit. Now, unfortunately, yes, these, first two rooms that I love, they are officially Tayo rooms. And I don't have the ability to buy Tayo rooms, and probably couldn't afford it anyway, given, this is nice, fancy stuff. So, we've had to buy Deimos for the rear of the ship. It's not as nice in many ways, but, it's not terrible either. And regardless, this is now, the biggest ship we have had so far. We've got a proper armory right here, loads of storage, all the rest of it. And guess what's back? We have got the science lab on one side, and then over on the other, at the very rear of the ship, we have got my very own captain's cabin right here. And, oh, you know what? I think I like this one better. This is, ooh. The bed's not as cozy, but I do like the fact I've got my own, dedicated hangout coffee space right here. And we've got skylights this time. And because, it sticks out a bit, I've actually got windows on the front and the back. as well as the side. Like, you know, structural integrity could well be questionable when we start being shot, but I will sacrifice that, and I even get my own navigation console right here in the room, and a cooler, so I can have snacks and whatever. So, oh yeah, this here, I am happy with this. Although I'm going to be honest, I did buy the armory on the specific assumption this was going to get me a weapon crafting table, which doesn't appear to be in the armory, so... Right, well that's unfortunate. Still, time to take the old girl for a test, and, okay, there's something I should have done a long time ago that we're finally gonna get round to right now. So you know how I keep doing a highly morally dubious stuff in order to get giant piles of money at great personal risk? Well, the reason I do that is because of the mortgage. So you know what? Let's hear what I actually think about my dreamer home before I, like, you know, spend the next 20 hours doing really evil stuff to pay for it.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Okay. Well, plus side, at least someone else lives here. There's like a bloody space station or something. And that is... the Almagest. Level 33. Okay, don't attack it. Hello there. Who are you and what are you doing in my neighborhoods? Okay. No answer. Well, that's a bit weird. Okay, we'll get back to that in a second. This is where my home is, apparently. We've got ourselves plenty of mining opportunities, loads of life. Water is biological, which, like, you know, seems good. Like, you know, stuff lives in it, presumably fish. In fact, to be honest, Jam, it feels very earthy. Normal magnetosphere, which I assume is good. It's rocky, but, like, when you think about it, so's Earth. Like, you know, you go outside, what do you see? Rocks. Like, not everywhere, but a fair bit of the place. For the time being, yeah, let's not worry about, you know, my house just yet. We'll get down and explore that in just a second. Can't help but be, you know, a tiny bit curious about this mysterious space station. Here we go, approaching 500 meters, so presumably, yep, there we go, just slow her down, bring her into dock, because, seriously, what precisely is going on here, and why is no one, ooh, oh, I like the decor, this is nice, I mean, screw it, let's live here, like, you know, on the weird Art Deco satellites. Okay, I see, oh, I see people. Right, shotgun out. We might be about to, yes, do fighting in zero gravity for the very first time, which is going to be, you know, delightful, given I've never done it before, and... hang on. Oh! No, they're just... okay, they're just level 8. They're just level 8. We can deal with this. Just hold them off right... bloody hell, I heard about this. Yes, when you fire guns in zero-G, obviously, you know, you're potentially going to be pushing yourself backwards, because that's how physics works in space, I guess. And now I've got ourselves... oh, that's a spacer punk, though, and... I mean, bare minimum, this is actually pushing me back into cover. Sarah, you go down and draw the fire. We need to take out, like, you know, the spacer punks and whatnot, though... okay, fighting in zero-G. This is delightful. What else have I got that might, you know, work a bit better in space? Oh, blimey, they're actually tossing... okay, they're tossing things at me. They're tossing... okay, we need to get down into, like, cover and whatnot. Where is the... oh, God... yes, there's less recoil on, like, small pistols. So they're actually potentially useful in zero-G. And, excuse me. No, 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 no. I think Sarah's following me. Excellent. We're definitely being fired upon, but... oh, I love this station. What on earth is going on here? I don't know. It's like a zero-G bar or something, but just take you out. Are you trying to melee me in space? I think you were, you stupid mad bastard. Okay, we got cards floating around in zero-G. And this definitely, to me, looks like, you know, some form of gambling table, potentially. So, I think possibly it's just an old space casino that these guys hit and took over. And then I showed up and murdered them.
This gambling machine looks functional. If we could find the missing numbers, perhaps we'd be able to win the jackpot for ourselves.
Oh, hang the cock on. What? Are you serious? Is there actually, like, you know, a proper figure out the McGibble thing going on here? So, okay, there's an actual real gambling machine. Okay. Question is, how would we operate said thing? Okay, here we go. Float up to the very top of the structure, right over here. Because, yes, up and down doesn't really mean anything anymore. This here would appear to be... Oh, yeah, this is it. We found the proper office here. So, manager's computer, but... Safes as well. Okay, we've got it. This is where the jackpot's going to be. And one science crate, which tends to be... I swear I've literally already got a Furious Axe. So that's not very exciting. And a Nova Galactic Flight Manual too. Okay, well, this was worth coming to visit, damn it. Okay, manager's computer. And there's the jackpot combination. 12, 19, 36, 5. I just need to figure out how to enter the numbers. Oh, and I think I found the solution potentially. So yeah, this was the jackpot machine Sarah highlighted. There's an open panel right over here. Get out of the way, Sarah. We're about to be cocking rich. So, okay, mosey on in here. We got ourselves... Sorry, did you just say 12 mech components? Oh, that's a lot of... Sorry, never mind. 13 mech components. Oh, that is a cocking lot of money. But also, you know, maybe a bit difficult to smuggle past the UC. And then we've got ourselves... Okay. This McGibble right here. So it's 12, then 19, 36, 5, and pay out the winnings, please. 3,700. I'm underwhelmed by that jackpot. Though I'm going to be honest, the illegal mech components are going to be worth a lot more. So okay, we're rich, we live in a good neighborhood. It's time to go visit my house. Oh, now look at this. Proper blue sky, proper clouds. There's definitely... Oh, I think I may have purchased a very good house here. I think I've made some excellent decisions. Oh, this will flipping do. Oh, and no need for a spacesuit, obviously, because as it turns out, yep, the atmosphere is absolutely a-okay, so we can just wander around, super casual. We've also got ourselves various bits and pieces. Okay, I think possibly I may be in, like, you know, a slightly nice, you know, warm bit of the world. There's cactuses dotted around, and okay, there's also 10 million plants and whatnot, so... Right. There's so much in this area. If I could just find one plant or one animal that produces, you know, good old flipping adhesive, oh, we would be so golden. Also, I think I'm now really over encumbered. But okay, we can get back to, you know, murdering literally everything on this planet later. For the time being... Oh, now this is nice. Okay, apparently I need to pay money to be allowed, like, into my house. Like, 500 credits to reduce the mortgage. So, wait, no, not reduce the mortgage. That just said interest, so... Okay, I need to pay 500 a week, which isn't going to get the capital down at all. So, this was a terrible mortgage to sign. So, okay, we've also got ourselves... oh my. I could start decorating and... That's actually flipping labs. I could have every lab in my own house. That's not even expensive. Okay, don't worry about that for now, alright? We can get back to that later, especially as... That was just one tab. That was one tab, and there's so much more. Also, mannequins. I could just build mannequins. Just crack you open, buddy. Oh, I love the bathroom floor, though. And that's a really nice big shower. Alright, that's good. That's good right there. Am I still in build mode, by the way? I don't want to be in build mode. There we go. We're not in build mode anymore. Lovely. So, okay. Nice little bathroom down here. Downstairs toilet. I'm really hoping there is still an upstairs bathroom as well. There's also... again, an odd separation of space. Like, what would you use this space for? Like, maybe upstairs living room, like a bit more of a cozy room, if this is more like your entertaining space, but... Yeah, some weird architectural... Oh, that's better. Okay, proper upstairs bathroom. Okay, the problem we've got here is, yes, we've got one room here, then we've got one... Oh, sorry, no, that's outside. Oh, bloody hell, that's a good-sized balcony with a flipping barbecue and everything. Okay, you know what? That's nice. And also, table tennis table. Okay, you know what? I've decided. I am A-okay with committing any number of crimes to own this property. This is a nice cooking house. Okay, just to verify though, yeah, we've got this door here, so... Oh, now that's the master bedroom right there. That's going to be the master. I can't deny, I disagree with the idea of, yeah, bedroom's here, then you have to walk all this way if you want to get to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That's not great. I'd probably put the bathroom here, and like the guest room could be over there. So there's separation between like my space and the guest space, and also bathrooms nearer to me. And if we've got guests over, and you know, they're out on the balcony, they can get to the bathroom super easy right in here. But okay, I would say having finally bothered to come and visit my very own dreamer house that I've been committing so many crimes to pay for, we should call it a part there because, oh yeah, I am here in my house, my ship is starting to take shape, and there is a lot on this world. 8 animals, 5 plants, a whole bunch of resources too, so something, somewhere, has got to be sticky. I need to find a sticky animal so that I can murder it to mass produce glue. And honestly, I think there were some other nice planets in this system too, so okay. Next episode, I think we're going to be exploring my new home planet. Just, you know, moseying around, learning about the planetary traits, etc., and maybe heading out into the surrounding systems too. So, hopefully, you've joined me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Starfield. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ah, we have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.